It's Bobby G from CGN. Welcome this morning to Kennedy Gooding, who has been kind enough to spend a few minutes this morning in our interview series this semester, brought to you by CGN. Thanks, Kennedy, for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Good. Well, thanks so much. I always like to kind of guess nicknames. It's really having a hard one coming up with yours. The best I could come up with is KG.
Yeah, so we have
that
two Kennedys on our team. So there had to be some sort of differentiating us. So I'm Kennedy Gooding, so I'm KG, and then our other Kennedy is Kennedy McGaha, and so she's K-Mac.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess pretty close to right. I did see one really cool picture of both of you. It says the Kennedys on top. Really cute. Really enjoyed that. So welcome again. Thanks for taking a few minutes out. I know it's a busy time of year. So if we just to get started, if you could just tell us a little bit about like how you got started in golf as a young junior. I know your parents, Tracy and Jennifer, are watching. So obviously you want to, just as a hint, you might want to give them a lot of credit. Just
yeah.
But I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, whenever I was really little, my parents kind of put me in everything. Like any sport you can think of, I probably did at least one season of it. And so I probably, you know how like for when you're really little, the seasons are like the fall or the spring or the summer. And so I would do one every season. And for some reason, they put me in golf one day. They were like, do you want to try it? And for some reason, that one was the one that stuck. So I did a couple things throughout elementary school. I did soccer for a few of those years and even like dance. But by the time I finished elementary school, it was kind of just golf. Once I entered into middle school, I really just made it just golf and pursued that. So yeah.
Great. So who at the young age was kind of giving you some pointers and maybe lessons, and who, if you think back, was really instrumental in kind of building and forming your game?
Yeah, so when I was really young, my swing coach was Brad Frick. He was a local from where I grew up, and he did a lot of working with not only kids and doing swing lessons for kids, but even adults. And so he was the pro at the golf course that I was a member at when I first started, which was Hidden Valley. And Hidden Valley is very different now. I haven't been there in years, but that's where I started, and he was working there. So he was my swing coach from the time I started until the end of middle school. And so he was very instrumental. And then my teammate that I met in 7th grade when I started the high school team, she was a junior my 7th grade year. Her name's Grayson Burgess. She went on to play at Clemson, and she really took me under her wing when I started, and I was just a middle schooler on the high school team. So she really helped me develop my game through middle school before she left for college.
Well, I know that you mentioned high school, Gilbert High. I know that you have set and currently hold every golf record. I did in some also some additional research and found that Gilbert High School is bringing up a referendum to change the name to Kennedy Gilbert High School. But unbelievable that you hold those records. That is just so amazing, and what a great thing. Do you ever go back and visit?
Thank you. Yeah. So my high school coach, I can't believe I even forgot to mention her. She was definitely very influential for me in my high school career. She was very much a tough love coach, but she really cared about me. And so I'm so grateful for my experience that I had in high school golf, because it's been so positive. And I think I see a lot of other golfers that get burnt out or don't love golf anymore. It's because they had a negative experience with like a coach or a program. So I'm so grateful for my 4 years at Gilbert. My high school coach, Coach Drew Nix, she still texts me before every tournament, after every tournament. And I think she's come to 3 or 4 of my college events to watch me, even an event in Florida. So she's traveled, she supports me, second to my parents' support. She's right up there. So I'm super grateful for her as well.
Well, great shout out for the coach. Thank you, Coach, for everything. Obviously, Kennedy's very appreciative, and your early lessons have taken her a long way. So how did you decide to go to Anderson?
So Anderson was the first school that ever reached out to me. I remember, I think they came and watched me when I was in 8th grade. I think, or 8th or 9th grade for the first time. And so that was before they were even allowed to contact me. But I remember seeing them there, and I knew who they were, and my parents were there and saw that. So that was definitely a very good first impression, that they were that interested in me at such a young age. And so then when the recruiting process did come, it was time for that, I guess, after my sophomore year, summer after my sophomore year. They were also the first to email me whenever that was legal for them to do. And so I was talking to multiple coaches, and then Anderson was the first that I set up a visit with. I came on the visit, and my parents were kind of like, this is a good option. Like, let's keep this here while we explore other options. But after my visit, I went home. My dad took me on my visit, so my mom wasn't with us. And when I got home, I was like, Mom, I'm going there. She was like, okay, let's slow the roll. Like, this is only November of your junior year. Like, you have so much time. I had another visit scheduled, and I ended up canceling that visit because I was like, I'm also a believer. So this school is a Christian university, and I really do feel like the Lord just really wanted me to be here. So I loved it. As soon as I came on my visit, I loved the coaches, loved the campus. It just felt right, and I didn't feel the need to really look anywhere else. So yeah.
Okay, so before we segue into your freshman year, what's your favorite karaoke song?
Okay, my go-to is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, I think it is. But yeah, definitely Unwritten is my favorite.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's going to go viral today, I'm sure. So obviously you didn't disappoint your coaches. You get right on as a freshman. You're named SAC Freshman of the Year. You win 2 individual titles, including a wire-to-wire tournament where you shoot second lowest in tournament history as a freshman. What was that like, walking on? And obviously you're a freshman, you're getting familiar with school program, and you still got to go out and, put in some low numbers. So what was going on kind of freshman year, and how did you just matriculate in so easily where you just found success?
Yeah, so I knew coming into this team that I was going to have to be good. I knew that the year before, the team got to the Final Four in the national championship, I believe. And so my junior golf career was good, but nothing spectacular. I think I really thrive in a team environment. And so that's why I loved my high school team so much. I felt like I always played better in the high school events because I was with my coach and with my team. And so it was always harder for me to, I guess, have the same drive or the same perspective on individual tournaments. And so I knew coming in, like, oh, I'm going to have a scoring average of 75 or better to make this starting lineup. And I mean, as everyone does, I really wanted to play. I really wanted to be in the starting lineup. So I think I knew what I had to do. And because I had older girls here that were already doing it, it was easier for me to kind of meet those expectations. And it helped me to be more competitive having good players around me. So, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the current makeup of the team. Who do you practice with, and who do you really find is, I know everyone's a core group because it's a small team, but what do you guys do to keep sharp, competitive? If you can just talk a little bit about that, both. Let's just first pick maybe in an off week, a non-tournament week. What does that look like with your teammates, and what do you guys do to stay sharp?
Yeah, so this year has been a little bit different for me in comparison to the first 2 years. The first 2 years, we had a few more girls of different ages and depth-wise, so our lineup was changing frequently. My freshman year especially, we didn't have the same lineup every tournament. This year has been a little bit different. We have a very strong starting 5. It consists of 2 seniors and 3 juniors, so it's about as old as it's going to get. And then we have 2 freshmen who have been great, and they're making so much progress and have really pushed us as well, even from that lower end. But because our lineup has been so consistent, I think it's been really easy to be encouraging and like motivate each other, because there's not as much qualifying rounds. We get a lot more time to practice and have fun together, which is, I think, really important. But yeah, I think that our off weeks kind of look like us. Like I said, we don't have to qualify as much. So we get to do drills together, do competitions, play one-on-one, play match play, do all those things, which kind of build the competitiveness, but also the team dynamic.
Okay. And where's your favorite hangout after practice with the team? Where do you guys like to frequent?
We have two main restaurants that we go to. We go to a Mexican restaurant called Casa Fuentes, and we go to like a Japanese restaurant called Sakura. Those are our two main spots. So I'd say we get dinner all together as a team once a week, once every other week kind of thing after practice. So that's definitely my favorite.
Okay. And do you invite the freshmen along, or you just keep them back, repairing divots and stuff at the course?
Oh, no, absolutely. Freshmen are always with us. There's
Okay,
only
good.
7 of us on the team, so we all
Okay.
have to stick together.
And then what about a week of a tournament? Obviously, you're traveling, which is fun. A lot of fun moments with that. I hear from player over and over that some of their most fun moments and fond memories are, the trips. What do you recall? Was it like one of the top 1 or 2 best trips you've been on so far at Anderson?
I would agree. The trips are definitely the most fun, just because we're spending so much time together. Man, I don't know. That's such a hard question. I know the most memorable trip was the very first trip of my freshman year. We went to Dallas for Dallas Baptist event, and the tournament was fine. It was on the way back, our flights got canceled, and we missed, and we went to the wrong airport, and it was just crazy. And that was my first experience at a college event. So that one is definitely the most memorable. And then my favorite trip that we go on every year is to Dahlonega, Georgia. It's the North Georgia event. We get to stay with a host family, and we've had the same host family every year. And so they'll cook us breakfast. They have dessert for us, and we all get to stay in one house together. So those 2 have probably been my favorite and most memorable ones.
Right. Well, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves in terms of balance of this semester, but Kenny, what are you thinking about this summer? What kind of tournaments you've got in your sights, and whether you have any qualifiers or thinking about trying to qualify in any professional tournaments? What does this summer look like for you?
Yeah, so that post that you were referring to, where it was like the both of Kennedy and I, we are nominees for the Arnold Palmer Cup. So if that were something that I got the opportunity to be a part of, that would be so cool. It's just an honor to even be nominated. I'm so excited about that. But if that were the case that I was chosen for that, definitely that event. I think I'll probably do a USAM qualifier. I've been close the past 2 times I've tried to qualify in that alternate spot. So definitely try to do a qualifier for that as well. And then I always just do the Carolinas women's amateur. So don't know that any professional events will be in the future for me this summer, but we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll be pulling for you. So what's in your bag right now? What are you playing with?
So I was watching your other interview, or with, I think, the Oklahoma State, was it Oklahoma State maybe? Girl, and I was like, oh no, like she knows all the specs of all her clubs. But I can tell you the brands of all my clubs off the top of my head. I play with a TaylorMade driver and TaylorMade woods. And then I have Mizuno irons, Cleveland wedges, and then I do have a Scotty Cameron putter. So
I know you guys spend a lot of time, you and Kenny spend a lot of time together. So when the 2 of you are together, where do you hang out, and what do you do off the course that is really cool?
Yeah, so Ken and I, we have a lot of fun together. She's awesome. We did one of my favorite things that we've done together is we did the Carolinas 4-ball event this summer, and we got to play together in that, and it was a whole trip. We stayed in a hotel room and it was just the 2 of us. Our parents weren't there, no coaches. So that was really fun to spend together. And then we also were able to win that event, which was super, super fun. But yeah, Ken's awesome. Love hanging out with her. Love practicing with her. She's a great golfer, and she encourages and motivates me all the time. So definitely good company to have around.
So the next question is a little bit of secret, but I'm hoping that you'll be cool with it. Do you guys, I've always wondered, because I know women in fashion is really important. Do the players ever have any input on the team uniforms at Anderson?
Yes, so our coach allows the rising seniors to come into his office and kind of pick the gear that we will get for the next year. So I
Okay.
get to be a part of that this year, and I'm super
Okay.
excited.
Well, we'll be anxious to see, what you come up with. We'll be judging you
That's a lot
accordingly.
of pressure.
So we definitely appreciate it. Our team is really active in social media, and so we'll make sure to get some of those photos up early next fall for you. And in these other tournaments, do you ever bring a caddy along with you, or anyone that keeps you calm, or just makes you laugh, keeps you loose, or is serious when you need to be serious, or anything like that?
We don't get too many opportunities to have a caddy. I've had a caddy one time, and that was for a USAM qualifier the summer after my freshman year, and that was just my college coach who came and did that for me. So definitely during college golf, it's just our coaches are there, but for individual events, there's not a ton of opportunity for that. And sometimes that is more overwhelming for me than to just be on the course by myself. So no, not too often, but if I were to, and when I did, it would definitely be my college coach, Denmore.
Okay, great. That was a setup question because I am volunteering for this summer's qualifier USAM. If he is
Sounds good.
busy, my son played D1 golf. I know how to caddy. I'm
Nice.
so myself, but I will keep you light, keep you hydrated, and chat with your parents.
Absolutely. I'll keep that noted.
Keep that noted if you feel compelled that you need someone to help along.
Okay.
Well, Kenny, it was so much fun. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
Congrats on all your success so far, and you are a rising star. And really look forward to watching you and finish the rest of the season, and then you have your big next year, and hopefully more down the road, more successes and more wins and more tournament records. So
thank you so much.
Thanks.